Okay. We're still holding back Gvir ben Pasisa, the hunchback. Okay, the hunchback, who went before the world court. Maybe that's the candidate you find in Israel to send him to the world court. Okay. Okay. So first we had with the Africans, then with the Egyptians. We're not finished yet. Shum pamachas bo b'nei Yishmael. Okay, we're holding by our brothers, the Arabs. B'nei Yishmael. U b'nei Keturah. Not finished. The b'nei Yishmael and the b'nei Keturah. Lodim Yisrael v'nei Alexander Mugdon. Omelo Eretz Canaan Shelonu Shelochem. Shelonu Shelochem. We're partners. Dichsiv. Ve'elu told us Shmuel ben Avrom. Uchsiv. Ve'elu told us Yitzchak ben Avrom. No, they were brothers. They're both, right? These are the children of Yishmael ben Avrom, and these are the children of Yitzchak ben Avrom. Omelem Gevir ben Psisos. If that's the case, we're partners in Eretz Yisrael. No, they were better than the Arabs today. Today, they're not even saying there's a partnership here. Right? Okay. Tulud lanu rishus. So Omelem Gevir ben Psisos l'cham tini l'rishus v'elech v'odin imoim l'fnei Alexander Mugdon. He says, I want to go. I'll take the case. Imi natzchuni omru hedjit shebonu nitzachtem. If they defeat me in court, they'll say, who did you defeat? The guy, he's a nobody. He's a novice. Imru lohem Torres Moshe Rabbeinu nitzachtem. Do you think you defeated Moshe Rabbeinu? Yeah.
The third test is coming up. The first time we made that argument with you, I understand that you really want to argue, really not for that. So how could they tell that if he loses, that wouldn't be such a good argument?
The same question was bothering me, but he had to say 3 times. He already said this to the Chacham twice before. Yeah. It's not simple. When the Africans came, they said the land of Canaan's ours. Because it's Chum. Canaan was the son of Chum. Right? The second time they came, they said, they borrowed our personal effects, and then they kept it. The second claim was a much stronger claim than the first. It's already totally deceiving, misleading, unethical, much stronger claim. The third is, what are we asking? We're partners, we're brothers. So each time, it's a stronger claim. You know something? For this one, we really need the professional to get in there, into the ring. He says, what do you have to lose? We have nothing to lose. If I lose, they'll say, look, the man's a nobody. And if I win, it's okay. So Torah Moshe Rabbeinu, they say, do you think you can defeat Torah Moshe Rabbeinu? Noslo Rishus. Holach v'doni mo'amamulei mehechan atem evin rayo. Omru min Torah. From your text. Omalei and afani lo ovi rayo elu min Torah. So good. I'm going to respond from the Torah. Shenem v'yidin Avrom es kol asher lo liyitzok v'lnei aplakshim asher Avrom nosen Avrom matonos. Right? It says all that he gave to Yitzchak and to the children of the concubines, he gave gifts. Av shenosen Antin, Levonov, Bechayov, Vishiger, Zemi Alzeh, Klum Yesh Lezeh Alzeh. A person who wrote his last will and testament in his life, and he sent them off in his lifetime. So now afterwards you can come with a claim. He already stated his position. He sent the other ones off. Afterwards you can say he has a claim. So he did it in his lifetime. He did his life. Person goes and writes off his assets. He divides among his life. Afterwards you can come and contest the will. There's nothing to contest. Here, everything was already distributed when he was alive, right? As he explained, what's Antin? Ksovim. Shlo yitol echad b'chel chavero kamo she'osa Avrom li'Yishmael. Shlo yitol b'ma she'nos li'Yitzchok. No, he stated his position. Tzidi Yud. Okay. I know legacy. Obama wants to write a legacy. That's what it is. And Kerry wants to have his legacy. So he says it's a tzavo. No, I should write a tzavo already. All right? Okay? 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 Shiger Zemal Zez, Klum Yishel Zel. My matonis, what gifts did he give to the Bnei Plagshim? What were the gifts? Rashi and Chumash brings this. Omre Birim Barab Alam Shemoslim Shem Tuma. Shem is Tuma. Right? It has to do with witchcraft. The Shem is Tuma. So Rashi says, Kishuv Masa Shedim. They speak about it because this Gemara Sanhedrin we had earlier regarding the Shev Mitzvah Noach. A Jew, if he engages in witchcraft, it's punishment by death, right? What about a goy? Is he liable for death? There's one opinion that says kishuv. So it's a problem because it says that Avram, I think Sifsachom speaks about this. It's not the way we rule. It's not. There's a question: are they more than others? More than 7, or are they one's including the other? Okay. So it's difficult. So if that's the case, how did he give him Shem Satuma? He gave him witchcraft. How to do exactly witchcraft? I think Sifsachom speaks about it on the place. Rashi, of course, Rashi brings it. So he says, I think, because the halacha is, let's say the Sanhedrin. You know, you're not permitted to study witchcraft, to be engaged in it. So it says, what about, that's only to do witchcraft. What about to understand it, to be able to judge? Because how does the Sanhedrin judge a sorcerer, whether he's guilty or not? So you have to be fully proficient in all the areas to be able to pass judgment. That's permitted, right? So it's the same thing. I think that's what the Sifsachom says over there. Gave them, they should be fully adept in it to be able to protect themselves. Not that they should use it as witches, as sorcerers. I think that's what he says. Say it was communicated to them. That's not difficult. That's not difficult. I mean, you take a look in Chazal, you know, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu, he went out to the water, you know, Paro deified himself. He said he never had to do his bodily functions. Moshe caught him by the Yor. I mean, what did Moshe? Nobody else could find him. So Chazal say, the Rishonim speak about it also, that Paro was the greatest sorcerer in Egypt. Nobody was on a level of witchcraft like Paro, and he was able to conceal himself through witchcraft that even the greatest sorcerer wasn't able to discover that he was invisible. He went into like the inner chambers that nobody could even penetrate that location to discover that he's doing his bodily functions. So when Moshe found him, he was like shocked. I mean, Moshe Rabbeinu, how did you find me? But he didn't understand. Moshe Rabbeinu had the ability to penetrate. There was no area Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't penetrate. So that's what it says. That's what it says in the Mefarshim. And that's why he was amazed. You go, you find him do these bodily functions, you know, by the Nilos. But it's interesting. Originally, what did Paro accuse Moshe? Even though it was later, you know, all this stuff's witchcraft. He saw. I mean, he was on par with Paro. No, all the sorcerers in Egypt didn't know what Moshe Rabbeinu knew. So you know, it's interesting. The Rambam, just thinking. No, but still, they didn't know. Even his advisors doesn't make a difference. They didn't have that ability. Otherwise, they saw the whole thing as a fraud. He's a fraud. I mean, he's not the real thing. Here, he's deifying himself. No, just the opposite. Just the opposite. That's why he suspected there was witchcraft. First, Moshe going out to the Nilus was later. When he first presented his proof that he was the agent, you know, that he was that, right? He didn't yet discover him he didn't meet him down there. No, but I'm saying something else. I'm saying like this. The Rambam says that all the miracles that Moshe Rabbeinu performed was not to prove that he was the Shlich Hashem. Wasn't. Why? Because anybody whose belief is based on miracles, ain't believable dofi. It's fickle. It has no value. Why? Because people could say, Moshe, he was the greatest sorcerer in all of them. He misled out all of them. Well, what's even, factually we see he was. Because Paro, he was able to discover Paro where no other sorcerer could discover Paro. So what was his ability within the context of sorcery? Even though it has nothing to do with sorcery. But you see, he was able to uncover, to peel away all the layers to discover him. So you see, within the power of witchcraft, he's a greater witch than all of them, a greater sorcerer. Some say that's the Rambam. It's specifically that. Therefore, we say it's Kabbalah Satorah, because we saw Hashem directly communicating with Moshe to just tell them, Moshe, go tell them such and such. That's how we know. That's the basis for authenticity of Moshe Rabbeinu's nevuah. It's not the splitting of the sea. It's not the splitting of the rock. It's not this. Rather, we saw with our own eyes, and we witnessed how Hashem communicated openly with Moshe Rabbeinu. But he points out, because he could attribute to witchcraft, and say he was a greater sorcerer than all of them. To be continued. Could appreciate it. Yeah, no, but that's a given. That's a given. That's, they said, Etzbel Kimhi. This is the hand of God, because this is beyond sorcery.
But the other sorcerers were not as qualified as him.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
You should have known